What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Odin coming back with a video, and today we got the box office breakdown for this past weekend, which saw Spider-Man No Way Home reach and surpass $1.5 billion worldwide, and has now even sunk Titanic's domestic run. Of course, this is before you adjust for inflation, at least to my best knowledge. And let's just say that the movie, The 355, the all-female centric, the one in which you had Jessica Chastain say, hey, I have a great idea for a film. What if we had a female spy film? That was literally the pitch. You can look it up for yourself. They decided then to build a film from there, and as everyone knows, if you actually pay attention, when you build a movie off of identity politics, it is bound to fail and be rejected. So before going any further into this box office breakdown, please make sure you smash that like button, light up that fire button if you're watching over on Odyssey, and also make sure you subscribe to the channel with that bell notification on. That way you know every time a new video or live stream goes live on the channel. So if you happen to hear any crying in the background, I do have both of my dogs in here today, and also I've got baby Thor on the baby monitor. It looks like he's just about starting to wake up from his nap, so obviously I will try and get all the information out there before having to go get him. He seems okay for now at the very least, but as you can see from this headline from Deadline, Spider-Man No Way Home at $668 million, that is domestically, sinking Titanic, and looks to take out Infinity War next. Yes, this film coming out during pandemic times. Remember, they kept using that excuse. In fact, they brought back that excuse. Some other outlets actually brought back the excuse saying one of the reasons why the 355 is failing is because, well, Omicron, man. Let me tell you about Omicron. It's all the rage right now, bro. When in reality, it's no, the film had a terrible concept to begin with. They built it purely on identity politics, and then it didn't deliver anything because, as I said earlier, if you just say, hey, let's start off with this and then go to that, you're going to have yourself a bad time unless you actually are able to develop a story. Instead of Jessica Chastain coming saying, hey, I've got this awesome spy idea. It's going to do this and this and this and this and this, and it happens to be, female-centric. Okay. The issue is the fact that she started off with, hey, let's do an all-female, or let's do a female-centric spy film, which, by the way, there have been a plethora of in film history, and a lot of them have done a lot better than this, probably because their ideas started off with, hey, let's actually, kind of build upon the idea, and then maybe have this whole thing about it being female-centric be secondary. That's the issue, though, with modern identity politics, is that they got to put it at the forefront, they got to shove it down your throats, and what they're not realizing is that people are going to reject it. And a great example of this is how Spider-Man No Way Home is doing incredibly well, because it did not try to push any crazy identity politics narratives and instead just told a really fun story and did nostalgia right, including not only it doing incredibly well to the point of it passing up films like Titanic and being quickly soon to take out Infinity War. Going to $1.5 billion worldwide means it's now number 8 all time on the global box office charts. This is insane. It says in 63 overseas markets, the John Watts directed Phenom added $64.4 million to the running international box office to a total of $867 million. Let's not forget the No Way Home has scaled these heights without a penny from China. And as I've been saying for a while, Sony, do not release this film in China. You do not need it. Your film is already a crazy success. The last thing that you need to do is make any deals with the Chinese Communist Party over there so that they get hundreds of millions of dollars so that they can continue to totally destroy their own people. As it says, the web slinger flew into Japan this weekend, opening to $11.8 million, topping the debut of Spider-Man No Way Home Far From Home by 35%, and Spider-Man Homecoming by 76%. So doing incredibly well in those countries, and that's why I think that by the end of the run in Japan, it'll probably be well over $30 million. And this, again, still adding $60+ million internationally means, hey, apparently, at least audiences don't care about Omicron when it comes to films that they actually want to go see, even in countries where there are crazy draconian lockdown measures. So Spider-Man No Way Home continuing to destroy the narratives. Let's go ahead and look at some of the top films of this week. So you spot Spider-Man No Way Home coming with $33 million, a 41% drop. Hey, Scotty Boy Mendelson, remember when you were trying to argue that, this film, it's showing clearly that Solo was actually a really well-made movie and people really liked it, and this also helps to talk about Shang-Chi, and then all of a sudden it had incredibly low drop-offs the following weeks after Christmas, and you didn't even think to consider Christmas into your accounting. Yeah, another 41% drop. Another, again, strong week, 4 weeks out, and this film still making over $30 million on a weekend. Yeah, Scotty boy, please just hang up the boots. You're done, man. Also coming in at number 2 for another weekend now its third week of release, is Sing 2 from Universal, which saw $11.9 million. And so here is a film that made 41% less than last weekend, $11 million. This film is now over $100 million domestically. And what this shows us is that, guess what? There are indeed people willing to go see films that look like they're fun. Sing 2 does not look like fun to me. I don't even know why they made a sequel. I barely had any interest in the original Sing film, but this just goes to show that there are some films that are being made and being marketed, and they look like fun, and that's what's making people want to go out to see it. Take that in contrast with a film like The 355. Another film from Universal here, only making $4.8 million, and this is after a $350,000 opening night. So you know how movies open on Thursday? Yeah, you know how oftentimes we talk about films making multiple millions of dollars and records and stuff like that? Nope, not this movie. This movie, $350,000. No one wanted to see this film. No one's really even heard of this film, and this film has been marketed. I've seen several trailers for this film, including going into other films and going to see films in theaters. Even Spider-Man No Way Home had this film attached to it. So it's not that people have not heard of it or have not seen it, because, yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home making $1.5 billion means that most people probably have seen at least one trailer for this movie. So this film doing bad means the trailer did not entice people to go see it. When people actually looked into what the film was about, they didn't want to go see it. And so what this tells me is, guess what? The adage continues to be true. Go woke, go broke. 355. Also, this is on the heels of us finding out that the original $40 million budget that was being proposed is now maybe not accurate. There's now other outlets purporting that it costs $75 million, meaning this film right now is $100 million plus in the hole and is not likely to make its money back. Again, no one is going to see this film. The Kingsman comes in at number 4 with $3.2 million, so still a strong hold, but because it made nothing on its opening weekend and opening week, as this came out during that Christmas week, it is, again, looking like yet another financial flop for the 20th Century Studio. Holdover Films, American Underdog coming in at number 5 with $2.4 million. Again, doing strong here domestically, but not really doing much anywhere else. And we still don't have a actual budget for this film, so it's impossible to say whether this film is a financial success or not. Matrix Resurrections drops to number 6 with $1.8 million, another 50% drop. This film, again, is on pace to be almost close. I can almost say it'll be 200 or at least close to $200 million in losses. At the very least, it'll be between 150 and $200 million in losses. But because it's dropping off so quickly and no one's wanting to watch this dang thing, we're looking at about a $200 million loss for Warner Brothers, and that's yet another massive loss for them. West Side Story, the film that everyone and their mother, as far as the critics are concerned, said, hey, don't worry, it's going to be the little engine that could. Yeah, it's still $100 million in losses, and now it's starting to drop out of a lot of theaters, and sure, it might get some awards contention, not enough to make up the $100+ million in losses. But what I can say is, guys, it finally happened. Ghostbusters Afterlife, I know there's a bunch of people that are fans of it. Ghostbusters Afterlife has, with the $1.1 million this weekend, 23% drop. Again, dropping out of a lot of theaters because its home release is coming up very soon and very quickly. We are now looking at a situation where this film, I can say, has broken even. Boom. There it is. Does not have to wait for a Blu-ray 4K release, even though those pre-sales are probably doing pretty well. I can officially say the film has broken even and is making profit. So boom goes the dynamite. Doesn't matter what Ghostbusters 2016 made. Ghostbusters 2016 was a financial failure, whereas Ghostbusters Afterlife made money. And we can now say that officially now. If you actually go into some of the other pages here, you can see $1.5 billion for Spider-Man No Way Home, $190 million worldwide for Sing 2, and the 355 coming in with a very low $4.8 million, not likely to do anything anywhere else. Going into my box office charting, that's right, I like to do some charting. I'll go ahead and update this real quick. As you can see, we don't have any projections yet for the 355. We'll have some next weekend in its second week, but with that $75 million budget, which is now being projected for the film, that means the total cost, typical marketing cost, 1.5 times the budget, meaning the total cost would be $112.5 million. The break even then would be $187.5 million, and it's made 4.8. leading to $109.6 million in losses. So not looking very good for that. Kingsman, still over $100 million in losses. Sing 2 is well on its way to breaking even, now only being a $12.9 million loss. Matrix Resurrections, as I said, $210 million in losses. Spider-Man No Way Home, now well over $600 million in net gain profit. West Side Story, still over $100 million. And as I said, boom, there it is. Ghostbusters Afterlife, $2.1 million in net gain, net profit, and this is without including the future Blu-ray 4K sales and any other revenue streams that might exist out there. Still important for us to point out, this film has gone to the break-even point, and that is an awesome thing to see. So anyway, what are y'all's thoughts about these numbers? Are you excited that films like Spider-Man No Way Home continues to rock the box office, and are you happy to see a film like The 355, which was, again, conceived and based upon identity politics, is seeing yet more financial losses for concepts like it? Makes me happy, I know. Let me know your thoughts, though, in the comment section below, and check out my website, ombreviews.com, if you want to follow the box office charting yourself, and also my channel on YouTube and Odyssey, OMB Reviews, as I will be doing a fuller box office breakdown later today, after I take care of baby Thor, who it looks like is in the process of waking up. So you guys are all amazing and beautiful people. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, God bless.